Hi, I'm KitKatCupcake. Hi, Tumblr people. You're finally hearing my horrible accent. This is my first vlog. I can't remember if it's vlog or vlog. It's one of those. That's what it is anyway. I'm yeah. Yeah, just saying hey really, and answering a few of the things that I got asked when I posted my "What do you want to know?" You nosy bastards question. So I guess that's the first thing, is people want to know in a polite way, how did you get fat? Because I really love food is probably the easy answer, because food's ace. But you know, it's obviously for everybody, it's always a lot deeper than that. I was a fat child, and my parents are overweight, and you know, not because of them, but you know, I ate their food. I was in their house. I mimicked what they ate, and I wasn't really bothered about being fat because everyone in there was as well. So I remember being at school, and I was the fattest girl in class, and it didn't really bother me because I was lucky I wasn't bullied or anything by anybody. But I remember my school uniform being, when I was about 15, my mum having to go to a proper shop rather than a uniform shop because they didn't fit me. I was probably about size 14, 16 when I was about 14, 16, which I think by today's standard with childhood obesity is the way it is, that probably isn't shocking now. But obviously back then, 20 years ago, that was probably, it stuck out. And I moved out when I was 17 and lived on my own, obviously fed myself and feeding myself on the things that I didn't get to eat at home, and drinking a lot, and just eating crap. I just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I moved to Birmingham when I was 19 and just kept getting bigger and bigger. And got very comfortable in my relationships. I never felt unattractive because I was in relationships with people that really preferred bigger women and were very complimentary and supportive. And my you know, I looked and then I realised how big I was. Probably my biggest, I was probably 360, 370, I don't know, because there's no scales in my house that go up that high. There is now, but yeah, I got quite scary big, and yeah, food's ace, it's great, and I didn't do any exercise, and I was allergic to getting outside and putting on gym clothes. So again, yeah, there's nothing really complicated about that. I was a fat child, obese teen, and morbidly obese adult. So yeah, why did I decide to lose weight? I had enough. I got fed up of not being able to buy clothes that I liked, feeling awkward physically when I'd go out with my friends. I mean, it wasn't like I get verbal abuse, which a lot, or I've had it. But just like sitting in chairs and having to pre-plan where I'm going to sit and look in a room and go, well, actually, I can go and sit over there because the chair doesn't dig into my ass, or the table, I'm not going to bang my belly on my table, and you know, and things like that. And I got fed up of constantly having to plan my brain ahead of where I was, and you know, physically, because I've carried my weight for such a long time, I hadn't realised how hard on my body it was. I got used to it, and that was the way it was. I mean, I wasn't like constantly breathless like a lot of people who are that big are, and I could still kind of jog 10 seconds to the bus if I was late. I kind of got out of breath a little bit walking up the stairs, but nothing like shocking. So I was quite lucky in that respect. And it is luck, it's not a good thing. It's not like I earned that. And so I just had enough of. I felt like I was missing out on my life a bit. I um, I think I missed a lot of opportunities because people judge me a lot on my appearance. Things like applying for jobs where I know that I applied for a job where I am unbelievably qualified and the right person for the job, and they've been enthusiastic on the phone, and then they look at me and you can see their face drop as they go, she's going to be lazy, she's going to be stupid. And I could run rings around the job quite easily, and then it happens. People are judgmental, people are discriminatory. It's life. We all judge people, no matter where you've come from. People go, I don't like to judge, but we all do, for whatever reason. And for anyone that's not us is judged. So I kind of got fed up with those kind of things. So far I've lost stuff. We'll come on to that later on, but I always say about £100 so far. I started off when I weighed myself. When I first got my scales, I got electric scales. They came up with an error message because I was too heavy to go on my electric scales, and they finally gave a reading after about 3 weeks of 346.6. So I was somewhere above that, probably about £10-15. And my lowest has been 241.6, something like that. So 304 pounds, something like that. So since January the 1st, 2012, today's May Summit, the 18th. So it's been 15 months. People, when they find out, they go, oh my god, and they ask me questions, and I tell them the same thing. It's not easy, but it's not complicated. I've tried to do it the right way, which is eating properly, exercising as much as I can. Although there's been periods in my life where my I don't want to call it a diet, my health plan, whatever you want to call it, where I haven't exercised as hard as I thought. I've my brain's given in rather than my body. I've gone, okay, I've done this for 10 minutes, I'm going to go now. It wasn't until I got a heart rate monitor and started realising machines lie when they tell you how many calories you've burned, and I really wasn't burning 500 calories, I was actually burning about 220, and so that's made a big kick up my bum about exercising harder. Sorry, all the that's made a big difference to my performance, I'd say. And also getting out of my physical comfort zone. I'm not a particularly sweaty person. Yay! So I know a lot of people who are bigger just have a very bad problem. I literally have the other problem. I just don't sweat. I sit in the sauna and don't sweat. People think I'm a weirdo. I am. So I've been trying to pretty push myself hard. Probably the last sort of 3 months, I picked up the Couch to 5k program. I'm week 4, about 4.5. I'm probably going to give that another week, and then I'll click up to 5 because I know there's a big jump on the week 5. I don't follow it week to week. I follow it until I'm ready to jump on. So it's taking me about 3 months to do 4 weeks. But it's not because I'm being lazy, it's just because I'm pacing my physical self. The Couch 5k is great, but it isn't designed for people who carry a lot of weight. It's designed for people who are probably about 20 pounds overweight tops, not for people who are carrying an extra 100, which I am. In terms of my goal, I've got weight goals, obviously. I'd be lying if I didn't say I have. Bear in mind, I've never been skinny. I'd probably say when I was a teen, when I was that size 16, I probably was, I guess, in about 170. I have no idea, because I can't remember, and I probably didn't weigh myself because I didn't care. I don't know what it's like to be skinny. I always remember having a fat belly and a big bum and no boobs. So I guess probably about 140, which is 10 stone in old money. So I'm going to aim for that, but it's going to be a case of how I feel about myself, about how I'm capable. Obviously I'm gaining a lot of muscle. I'm spending a lot more time focusing on tone and muscle growth. So I will be probably packing another 15 pounds of muscle, more than the average slim woman, because of what I'm putting body through. And it's going to be ace because I'm going to have a great shape because of the muscle that I'm building up and replacing the fat on my skeleton. So if I end up, I'll get to 160. I think I really like it. I want hips, and I want boobs, and I want, I want to be an hourglass rather than a straight person. So if it look great when I hit 160, that's where I'll stop. So it's going to be probably take every sort of £5 as it goes, and see how I feel. But in terms of other goals I've got, I'm doing the Birmingham Half Marathon in October. Oh, an idiot. I can't believe I blabbed off my mouth. I've had it on Facebook and everyone's going, yay! Shit. But that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the Couch to 5k, because I need to get ready. I'm not under any illusions it's going to be easy. I think I'll probably walk more of it than run most of it. I will try my best. I'm trying to raise money for Crohn's and colitis, so yeah. So there's that. So that's one of my physical goals, and just to get an overall. I mean, the thing I got recently was my collarbones. So yeah, I can't remember seeing last time I saw those was a teenager probably, because I think although I'm heavier than I'm a lot heavier now than I was when I was a teenager. My muscle distribution and my fat distribution is a lot different. I'm now on my belly rather than my shoulders and my boobs and stuff. So that's really cool that yay, look at those bad boys, whoop. So there's that. Diets that I've tried are Atkins, which actually I really liked, because I eat loads of meat. So that's yum. And it was great. I lost 5.5 stone, which is 70 pounds in American. But I got really bad food poisoning, and I was sick for about 2 to 3 weeks. And it was about Christmas time, and I thought, I'll take a little break, and then it all went back on again. And then I fortunately had to have my gallbladder removed about 3 years ago, because I had gallbladder gallstones, really painful gallstones. And when you've done low carb and when you go to diet again, if you've had your gallbladder removed, it becomes more difficult because of the way your body digests fat using your gallbladder. But I won't bore you with that, it's boring. So I just did calorie controlled this time, and it's again I've done that okay. So just over 7 and a bit stone. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. I did Slim Fast for about 3 days once. That was I've never starved myself. I've never tried bulimia. I mainly because I really love food. It's yum, and I don't want to miss out on any food. It's the youngest of 4 children. I love my food, and you touch my food, I will stab you. Syndrome, definitely for sure. So unfortunately, I've never tried anything like that. My favourite bad food, cheese, Chinese, pizza, stuff like that really. Not particularly bothered about chocolate. I love crisps, which is chips to the Americans. I love them. They're in Pringles. So yeah, just things like that. Chinese takeaway, anything where I haven't got to cook, because living on your own, you get fed up of cooking a lot. Desert island dinner is definitely something covered with cheese. My favourite good food, I really love salads and seafood, salmon, but it makes my house smell, and it's really expensive. Yeah. Rewards, I had to reward myself for doing well. I've got a Pandora bracelet given to me a while ago, and I've got beads on it. For every £50 that I lose, I give myself a bead. When I get to the end, I'll buy myself a nice diamond one. So yeah. What keeps me motivated? When I look in the mirror and I see the difference, I can't see the difference, so that isn't really motivating to me. I guess that I'm 34 years old, and I got to that point where if I don't do this now, I'm going to die from my weight, and I'm going to have less of a life than I would have done if I'd looked after myself. And at 34, there's a tipping point of your life. It's now or never, and realising that scared the hell out of me, and that keeps me motivated. I've got some good people in my life as well who loved me when I was at 350, and they still love me now, who are really important to me, and they keep me motivated. And of course my Tumblr bitches, yay, you keep me motivated when you so yeah, you know who you are. The Fit Blood Posse man. So yeah, you keep me motivated as well, because you send me harassment stuff. I would say whenever I get a message, I like to think I'm really a cool person, but I'm not. I got this. I get a message from somebody and I'm so happy. So every time you send me a message, that's what happens. And if I get a dirty message, I got this, ooh, boom chicka wow. I get really excited because I'm so sad. So yeah, that's it really. I've had, saying all those wonderful things about how fabulous I am, even though I'm not particularly, I have had a bad couple of weeks where I was working from home before, and I've given it up to go back to work in an office for all sorts of reasons, money mainly, because I'm always skin. And part of that is, for the last 2 weeks I've been spent temping, and it's been a jump to the system. Obviously being working from home, I've had my fridge, my cupboards at my disposal. I've had my own schedule, so I can go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, because I go to 24-hour gym. I can get my trainers on, go for a little jog or a walk, and you know, pop to the shops, pick up whatever, fresh fruit and stuff. And now I'm restrained like a regular normal person, and I've lost weight like this before. It's just been a bit of a shock to the system. For the last 2 weeks, it's been crap. I've not exercised a great deal because I've been literally working from 6 in the morning or up until tonight. I'm working till 9 p.m. It's my last day today, so my schedule's been thrown out. I've been eating on the road, relying on crap, you know, pre-packaged food, which is, we all know, pre-packaged ready meals are full of salt. So I've been eating really, really badly, not exercising for the last couple of weeks. I've not been drinking my water because I've been on the road. I don't want to pee all the time. You know, it's like you pee like a racehorse. So I don't want to be peeing on a train. It's horrible. So I've not been drinking my water. And just eating lots of stuff with sodium in it. Like yesterday, I was off. I had Chinese. I had a bottle of wine, boozing. I haven't drank alcohol for at least 6 months, probably longer. I used to drink quite a lot when I was a teen. Party, obviously, teenager. It doesn't bother me anymore. I don't really miss it. But yesterday I needed a bottle of wine. Really needed a bottle of wine. And as a result of my abusing my body, I feel like crap. And my stomach feels like I've got cement in it. I feel bloated. I feel like my stomach, I'm literally dragging it across the floor this morning. I'm thirsty. I've got a bit of a headache. I've got a sore throat. I've forgotten how shit you feel when you eat shit, obviously. So I had, as a result of all these horrible things, I've gained, are you ready, in 2 weeks, 14 pounds. Now I'm not daft enough to know that that's fat. I know probably 10 pound of it is water and poop, because I'm really bunged up from eating just junk food and not eating fresh fruit and vegetables like I usually would. So yeah, my body's just having a little freak out. So I haven't eaten, God knows what, 50,000 calories more or something, whatever that works out to be, than for that to be fat. I'm not insane. So although obviously it's really bad, I am fully aware that what goes on will come off. I'm going to look at it as a positive thing, that I've reset my body a little bit. And also learned the fact that, I don't really miss that kind of food anymore after 15 months. I had ribs, I had some noodles, I stuffed them down my face. It wasn't really a loving experience. It was kind of eat food. This is how I used to reward myself when I've had a bad day. It's not how I reward myself anymore at all. So yeah, I've learned a bit of another good lesson. Shit food, shit makes you feel like crap. It's shit. I said shit about 15 times. Sorry if you don't like swearing. And when I don't exercise, I feel like a slug. I miss it. I haven't weight trained for 2.5 weeks, So my pathetic gun show, which I don't think you can I put it on there? My pathetic gun show, it's slacking. So I got my bingo wings, but I've got my tiny little gun show popping there, and I don't want to lose my guns, man. So I've got a plan. It's been Saturday today. Sunday, and this is the problem as well. I struggle with upheaval. Monday I start my new office job, but the good thing is 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. I'll be able to get into a schedule, which is something I've learned about myself. I need a schedule to be successful. I need to be able to get my bottles of water. I need to be able to know that I'm leaving work at 5 so I can go to the gym. I know that I've got to be in bed for a certain time, otherwise I feel like crap the next day. I'm a massive insomniac, so I struggle with my sleep as well. So the schedule will make a big difference. I'll have a shopping schedule, a cooking schedule. I'll be taking food to work rather than relying on packaged food because one, I can't afford it, and two, there's no shops around because I'm working in the middle of nowhere. Shit. Oh shit again. Shit. But yeah, so this will be a benefit to me. I know. Unfortunately, I will be working, which kind of sucks. But it's money, and again, I won't have to worry about money so much as I do now because I'll have a regular income. It's not going to be a fantastic income, but it's a livable income. It will pay the bills, pay my gym membership. I'll be able to afford to eat a good standard of food. We all know within modern economy as it is, food has become really expensive, and that's something that bothers me and worries me when I go to shops where before I could have bought fresh fruit and vegetables for a week and probably spent about £7 or £8 on it. Now you're looking at £12, £13, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but every week it does add up, and you don't earn a lot of money. It makes a difference. It means you make alternative choices. So yeah, talking about my new job, I went shopping today. I hate shopping for clothes. I'm one of those weird women that doesn't enjoy it at all. I think probably because at my biggest I was a size 34. Yeah, 34, freaking huge. And I can really only go into Evans to buy any things. Now I'm a 22, 24, and I find the shopping overwhelming. So I went shopping today, hate it, shit. Oh god, to shit again. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have about 120, 150 pounds to spend on new coats, trousers, because everything keeps falling off. Everything I've got is too big, or sold on eBay because I'm tight. And I bought a little jacket, so I'm very happy today. I went to charity shops because I'm a skank, and Goodwill, I think you Americans call it. Yeah, bought myself a nice cheap skanky jacket, £6, so I'm happy now because shopping for clothes is really dear. When you're losing weight and ongoingly losing weight, you buy a top, wear it once, put it in the wardrobe, go to wear it again a month later, and you're like, oh god, my baggy armpits. It's really is an expensive hobby. It's a labour of love when you're shopping for clothes. So yeah, that's yeah, shit. And that's pretty much it for today because I've rambled on like for 23 minutes. I thought I'd be doing this for 5 minutes. We're going this. Because I'm a bit of a spaz. So yeah, that's today's first vlog. With terms of my weight gain I'm not too stressful about it. I've been here before, I've played this game before. Today's the 18th. I'm going to anticipate that vast majority of it will be off by the 1st of the month. My weigh-ins now, I've decided as well that I'm going to probably do my official weigh-ins once a month because it fluctuates so wildly from week to day, week to week, and it just makes sense to me. I physically weigh myself about 4 times a day. I'm an addict. I am. I'm not stupid though. I know what the weight will fluctuate throughout the day, but it's still kind of more of like a pinch me. Have I lost this weight? I need to check again in case the scales are wrong. Situation, and I'm not got over that after 15 months. Doesn't bother me really if you think I'm nuts, because I am. Yeah, probably do official weigh-in once a month, so you'll probably get a nice official one on the 1st, and I'll try and do my vlog probably once a week just to keep talking about my plans. My plans probably for the next week is to get my shit together with my exercise schedule and outline, because I've just picked up How to Lift book, and it's really easy to read. I have kind of been winging what I've been doing in the gym in terms of my weights, and I've probably been doing it all wrong, to be honest. And so I need to, for the next week, my plan is to get some structure to what I do, in terms of my cardio and more weight mix. So hopefully by next vlog on the Monday, probably the 1st, is it, somewhere around about there, I'll have good news about weight and the water disappearing, and also a plan about what I'm going to be doing in the gym next. So yeah, anything you want to ask me, you can drop me a message on and on or not if you want to. Rude ones are acceptable, obviously, because I'm sad and I get excited by these pathetic things. But anything you want to specifically want to know about, what I eat, what I do, that kind of stuff, you're welcome to drop me a message on the Tumblr. Yeah, and it's KitCatCupcake. It's hyphenated. Pain. So yeah, drop me a message if you wanna ask me stuff. I won't show you my boobs because someone asked me. I have been asked several times, can I see your boobs? No, you can't see my boobs because they look like deflated balloons after my weight loss. So yeah, if you can drop me a message, you can do. I will do my best. And that's it really. Sorry for saying shit about 80 times. And yeah, thank you, Tumblr bitches. Bye.